Hi Leo, welcome to channel 143. I'm Antonia. This is a brand new channel of mine, so let me give you a little bit of background before I jump into your reading. I am a shaman and Reiki master teacher of close to 17 years. I've been doing this work professionally since I was a teenager. I'm also a professional musician. So up until this point, I have tended to attract mostly creative musicians, entertainment industry clientele, but I've been asked to put myself out there in a little bit of a different way, which is why I am utilizing YouTube, and I'm really excited to see who I'm able to connect with in this capacity. What I'll be doing here are oracle readings per astrological sign. I'll be doing two spreads. The first spread will be a general energies reading, which will cover everything from love, career, health, whatever's of the highest good to come through will, although it's not specific to love, okay? And then the second spread that I'll be doing is specifically a love oracle reading. What I'm going to start doing below the video, I'll put the timestamp as to when each individual reading begins, just in case you're more interested in the love versus the general energies. But I do find that these two spreads tie in together. Keep in mind that these are general readings, so for the collective of people who will be tuning in. Not every message will be specific to you, although you'll get plenty of useful information in a general reading. I do suggest that you watch, at a bare minimum, watch your sun sign and your moon sign. If you still want something more personalized than that, you can reach out to me for one-on-one oracle readings, or for deep soul shamanic healing, which is really my bread and butter here and what I do best. Okay, so let's jump into this. We're going to start with your general energy spread. Okay, this will be for the dates of October 15th to November 1st for Leo. Now, I don't always read these cards in a traditional sense. I give more accurate readings as I get psychic downloads. Okay, so if you are familiar with these decks, as I'm sure many of you will be, that's why sometimes you're not getting the traditional read, although I do a combination. It's really ultimately what Spirit's guiding me to tell you, okay? So Leo, general energies for October 15th to November 1st. Wow, Leo, you have lots of powerful energy coming in. My cards are like flying off the table. Okay, Leo, some of you are focusing on manifestation. And that makes sense. I think a lot of signs are right now, especially being in a Venus retrograde. We're being tested. And if there's any sort of dissatisfaction in your life, whether it be career, whether it be love, whether it be health, it's coming up at this time, okay? It's an opportunity to forgive. And this is going to help you manifest. The more you clear your vessel, your mind, your home, your spirit, your energy, the easier you'll be able to manifest, and the more successful you'll be at bringing in high-level love, higher-level success. But at the very core of this reading so far is focus on service. So are you being asked to do something new? Are you thinking of doing something new? Maybe that's part of what you're trying to manifest. But even in your current career, you are being asked to have more of a healer type in intention and interaction with people. The work you're doing is not supposed to be self-serving. I think you know that, Leo. I think you would like to be reaching more people, for your work to have a little more depth, because people do need you and your energy right now, okay? So this is really important. It does look like you're doing something different, or at least considering a change, whether it be in 2018 or the beginning of 2019. But it is definitely something that you are, putting the wheels in motion toward over the next 2 weeks. Spirit's asking you to have confidence. You don't necessarily have to have confidence in yourself. You don't necessarily have to have all the pieces of the puzzle quite yet. Put that energy out and manifest what it is you want. If you have to journal and figure out what it is you want before you can begin to manifest, do that. But have faith that the universe is listening to you. You are being asked to let your past go. Some of you are holding on to some legitimate grief. Yep. Okay, let me show you this. Opportunity to forgive is being clarified by let your past go. Do you see these two cards? Opportunity to forgive, let your past go. What are you holding on to that's preventing you from moving forward in your life? For some of you, it's a job, it's a career, and it's a dead end. And it's really difficult because what I'm getting for Leo is that you've invested so much time and so much energy and you really don't want to let go. But Leo, the thing is, there's something better on the flip side of this. You can't see it yet. I don't think you can see it yet. But you are being asked to have some faith. It doesn't mean that you have to throw in the towel completely just yet, especially if it has to do with a job. You want to still have money coming in while you're building a new business or beginning a new endeavor, but it is time to let whatever this thing is go because there's something toxic about it. Now, if it's a relationship, it's hurting your heart. I'm getting starting to feel this heaviness in my heart, okay? So there's a lot of you that have emotion and it's just like built up in this area. It's time to talk it out. It's time to channel it into creative endeavors. It's time to consciously work through, but what you're being asked to do specifically is to forgive. Somebody hurt you. This isn't about forgiving because they even deserve it, okay? Let's not even go there. But it's about offering forgiveness so you can release the energy so you can move on with your life. This will be a major key factor in your own personal healing so that you can get to this next stage in your life that it looks like Spirit's asking you to begin embarking on now. But you can't get there if you're stuck in the past. The past doesn't serve you anymore. Learn your lessons. Have some sort of acceptance, you know? I think it will be really important for you, especially in the worst situations that you've come across in your recent past. There's a lesson there. Everything happens for a reason. And that sounds very cliche, but it isn't. It's so true. You went through something truly difficult. Has it made you stronger? There's a business maybe that you started that wasn't as successful as you thought it would be. That's okay, Leo. How can you take the knowledge of running a business, right, into this next idea that you've been brainstorming, that's been coming to you? How can you take the experiences you've had to build a bigger and better and stronger and more successful business? For some of you, is it the location? It could be something as simple as that. You've learned that location is everything. So even though that you can get a less expensive space in some part of town that, well, it's less expensive for a reason. So now if you're going to be rebuilding a business, starting something brand new, you're going to want to research these things before you jump in. It is not time to commit to anything yet, but get the ball rolling, okay? But for a lot of you guys, this has to do with some sort of emotional grief, and you are holding on to it for dear life. Leo, it's hurting you. It's only hurting you. Nobody else is hurting anymore, just you, okay? I feel like there's somebody that you walked away from, somebody that walked away from you. They've moved on with their life. I know that's a really, really hard thing to hear because when you're in pain over somebody or something, you kind of, we all kind of want that person to be struggling and suffering too, but it feels like it's so deep in your past. They did struggle and they did suffer, but they moved on. You have to give yourself the opportunity to do that too, okay? This is coming up very prominent in the spread. So this will be a main message for you. For the next 2 weeks, work on your healing, work on forgiveness, work on letting things go. Cut energy cords, okay? Cut energy cords, Leo. Because this is what's coming up for you. This is progressing nicely. What do you desire? Is being clarified by daydream. I do apologize for the sirens in the background. I'm in New York City. And I've been channeling that I need lots of fresh air. So I have my windows open. But then I forget that for those of you that don't live in a major city, that might sound a little obnoxious. What do you desire? It's clarified by daydream. If you're not daydreaming and you are not consciously manifesting something new in your life, Spirit's asking you to do that, Leo. You need to put in some work now, okay? For you to be able to create the future that will bring you the most joy, the highest level success, everything it is that you want and need, you have to let this past go, okay? That's step number one. But now you let the past go and you forgive and you start to move on with your life. You do that through this brainstorm, whatever it is. Journal it. Literally have like a one-on-one brainstorm, you and universe. Channel things if you can channel things. Write down all your ideas. Maybe you have like 20 different business ideas. Can you narrow that down to one or two that you'd be really good at? You know, it's funny because before I began your video, all right, I have a few signs left, a few more videos left to do. Who should I start with? What video? What order? And I just started channeling all this stuff about Leos. So I knew Spirit was like, they're up next. We have some messages for them. And there's somebody that I've been thinking about in my family, and about their business, and about how toxic it's been for them to hold on to this thing that just isn't successful enough to hold on to, and it hurts them because there's some ego in that. They feel like it's a failure if they let it go, despite the fact that from those of us looking in, it's been a huge success. If you knew the circumstances around it and all the obstacles this person has just like jumping obstacles, but at some point you want a business that's more stable than that, and they can take this idea and either build upon it or take those lessons and build something better. Because Leo, you're so brilliant. I attract a lot of Leos because I have two people I'm very close to in my family that are Leos. My father and my sister. So being a Gemini, I think I just naturally attract Leos anyway. You guys, I've never met a dumb Leo. You guys are so brilliant. And you have this beautiful fire energy. You have the energy of the sun. You can literally do anything and make it successful. So that one time something isn't hugely successful, it's like, you don't want to believe it. But it's okay, Leo, because you got what you needed out of it. On the back end of this is where you're going to find the success that you know you deserve. Whether that be a relationship, business, some sort of health concern that you're working through. But I'm getting this more in love and business for you guys right now. Consciously manifest. The universe is going to work off of the energy that you're putting out. So if you don't know what you want yet, the universe will send you energy of confusion, random, whatever, because that's the energy you're putting out. But if you consciously say, universe, this is the kind of business that I'm passionate about, okay? And this is what I would like to see happen. This is what I know I'm deserving of, okay? And you get those balls rolling because now you've put this energy out there with clarity. The universe can give it back to you with clarity. This new endeavor. Focus on service. This is so important to you. Don't let this be a money endeavor. Don't chase money, Leo. I know you're good at it. You're good at making money. I know. You guys are just so highly intelligent. And you have great work ethic. But it's got to be deeper than this. It's got to be more than money. What is it that you genuinely love to do? And how can you help people through it? Okay? Now I want to pull a few more clarifiers, especially for the focus on service for Leo. Spirit is talking to you, but you're not listening yet. I think because you've been so caught up in this grief or this aggravation, whatever it's been for you. And I think this is going on for quite a while. Do you feel like you're putting in energy to change things, but you're just not getting the results that you want? It's because it's time for you to do something completely different. You can continue investing money into advertising, into this business, and it may help you temporarily, but you're still not achieving the level of financial stability or whatever it is that you desire. It's because Spirit's asking you to move on and do something else. Focus on service is being clarified by steady progress. So you are doing work, Leo. Good job. Good job. I know you guys aren't stagnant. I know how hard you guys work. Good job. Yeah, spirit angels are talking to you, Leo. It's okay if that's not something you're fully open to. I get it. Sometimes it's hard. It's hard to shut the mind off. It's hard to relax. It's hard to be calm. But your heart needs this for your heart to heal. You need this peace, this quiet, Because Spirit's trying to give you answers to all of your questions. But you gotta shut your mind off. Can you meditate? One of the best things that you can do if you're not a great meditator, I do suggest though that you invest energy every day because it's a muscle that we exercise, meditation, right? The more you do it, the better you'll be, the easier it will be to get to that meditative space, and that's how we listen. But I feel like Spirit is talking to you through dreams. Spirit's talking to you. Maybe random people are showing up in your life and they're saying something and you're like, it's particularly resonating with you. That's an angel message, okay? But this is for your heart, and you're getting another message for the love to be at the core of everything you do. That goes hand in hand with focus and service. So you're being asked to do something bigger than yourself, Leo. Ooh, entrepreneur, obviously. This is good news. This is good news. I know you want to hear this, but this is important. Remember how I said have confidence? Have confidence, Leo. Have confidence that these changes are all in divine order. You are built to be an entrepreneur. Your work ethic is on point. Your discipline is on point. The most hardworking person I have ever known in my entire life is my father. I don't have Leo in my chart, but my work ethic is insane, okay? But I learned that through a Leo. I have this because I have this Leo in my life. My sister, Leo, incredibly hard worker, okay? And then my dad will only be an entrepreneur at this point in his life. My sister, like, I keep channeling for her that she needs to be, but she just doesn't really want to, because I don't believe that she has like the confidence at the core. Whereas my dad knows, well, whatever I start, I'll figure it out, I'll work it out. I don't mind putting in those extra hours. For those of you that are more my sisters into the spectrum, you'd rather work for somebody else, have more faith in yourself than that. You will have more success. If you fulfill that passion project, that thing that helps other people, just that you have that at your core. You're so intelligent, Leo. Not only can you handle running your own business, but you will thrive. If it's not an experience you've already had, you're going to love it. It'll be tough for you. It'll challenge you, but you've got this, okay? But I am getting a list. I'm being shown you writing down a list of things that you're good at. Maybe even trying one or two of them, but really narrowing it down after some conscious, legitimate brainstorming. For those of you, like my father, who just at this point in his life, he's not working for anybody else. You know? The message of letting the business go will apply to you more so than the other Leos, right? The other Leos may need to walk away from a job that isn't serving them, but that will be someone else's business, and that's easier to do, especially if you come into, finances in some other capacity, but you can look for another job, okay? It's a lot harder to close a business. Now, for those of you who absolutely refuse to do that, and you're just hitting like a little speed bump, you don't close your business because you hit like a speed bump, I'm talking about those of you who are really struggling with this. I don't see that business getting better, but I do see you being able to take whatever that is, even if it's just taking that business and relocating it, will be huge for you. But for some of you, like you're being asked to do something different, but you got to brainstorm. That's what I'm getting for you, Leos. I want to pull a few crowning cards. You guys are making progress, though, with whatever this emotional turmoil, this past stuff that you've had a hard time letting go of. I'm seeing steady progress in relation to that, too. So you guys are healing. You're progressing with your life. You are doing some great work, Leo. So, Leo! Do it. That business idea is not crazy. You are born entrepreneurs. The universe is supporting you across the board. Go for it. This is the best card in the deck that you can get in relation to a new business. It's time. Do you want that big success now after those few years of struggling? You know what you need to do. I think there's one more there for you. Let me see if I can get one more crowning card before I jump into your love reading. Yeah, this has more to do with business than love. Oh my God! Blessing in disguise. The thing that didn't work out taught you a lesson. It's time to let it go. But there's a huge blessing in this. Huge blessing. This thing that feels like a failure to you is anything but that. It's massive. You just don't see the whole picture yet. The thing you learned from running that business or being in that relationship, getting out of it, starting new, wow, are you going to have huge success. There was something big that you needed to learn, though, and it was a part of the process between getting from point A to point B. Because you may have been in this situation before where you felt dissatisfied, and so you started something new. You took the leap of faith. You needed this. Whatever that thing was the last few years of your life that you've dedicated so much energy into, that was essential, okay? This is not a failure. You guys don't fail. Don't get up in the ego about that, okay? Assess it. What did you learn? How can you build a better, stronger business? How can you build a better, stronger relationship? And what at the core do you need so that you're genuinely helping other people, so that there's love at the core of it? This is the key to your success. You may have run a business because it was a money endeavor. There was no passion behind it, and you're like, if I have to invest this much time and energy into a business to keep it running, I need to love what I'm doing. That may have been the message for a lot of you guys, okay? Blessing in disguise. Let it go. You've got to trust that it's time to let it go, okay? Guys, there's lots of sirens in this video. I feel like Spirit's like ringing an alarm. Leo, it's time. Can you hear? You can hear. I know you hear this, okay? Let me see if there's any other messages coming through before. Okay, bottom of the deck is all love, relationship stuff. If you're embarking on a new relationship, there's a lot of success here for you, okay? For those of you who've been having a hard time in relationships, you're coming out of the difficulty there. Even if it's someone you're staying with, okay? The difficult times are just about over. You're like halfway into that light at the end of the tunnel. Do you see this? The struggle's almost ending. This is also a relationship with business too. The struggle's almost over. There's a lot of love. But you're also being asked to have love at the core. But this is perfect timing. You know, I've said in a lot of my videos, I typically work with creatives. I'm obviously open to working with anybody who's of the highest good to connect, but there's a good shot that you're creative too. The creative thing, there's success in that for you, okay? You gotta trust it, even if it seems a little scary, because like, who makes money doing that creative thing? How could that possibly bring more prosperity than like this other way more logical business? Or, well, because there's love at the core of it, and you're passionate at the core of it, and that energy out in the universe is way more powerful, okay? You guys are good. But let's get into love, because I'm getting a lot of love energy right now. Hang in there, Leo. I know, sometimes I can be a little blunt, but I think you can handle it. You can handle it. It doesn't feel great when someone tells you to let something that you've invested your time and your energy and your money into for so long. I know. I have so much compassion telling you that, because I get it. But there's something bigger for you. Okay? Let's get into love. Love and relationships. For couples and singles, Leo is October 15th through November 1st. Reconciliation. Passion. Let me pull a couple other cards first. Leo, October 15th. Leo, I'm going to tell you something that I have told no other sign. For some of you, no, let me backtrack. My main message during Venus retrograde is this. It's Venus retrograde. New love that shows up in Venus retrograde, it's not going to last beyond the ending of Venus retrograde. Things will fizzle out very quickly. You know, soulmates came through to teach you lessons. You met some new people. They aren't meant to stay. Reconciliations during Venus retrograde. I've honestly recommended to most people to skip out on them. It's not of their highest good, okay? When the ex calls, send in a voicemail. That's still going to apply to some of you, especially if it was a truly toxic relationship. Totally different message, though, and this is going to apply to a good chunk of you. Reconciliation is followed by passion. Fair enough. But you can be passionate about somebody and have physical chemistry with somebody who's not of the highest good to be in your life. But at the core of this, Leo, for some of you, this reconciliation is a good thing. Maybe you have to let the past go. You have to forgive that person who messed up. They messed up big time, and you just know it's like a core value that you can't ever look past, and this doesn't apply to you. Maybe you broke up for reasons that were a little more superficial. And I think you've regretted that. I think it's been very difficult letting that person go. Why? Because they're your true love. For some of you Leos, and you will probably be the only sign I will tell this to at this time during Venus retrograde, for some of you, the reconciliation, sirens. All I can hear in my head right now is Beyonce, Ring the Alarm. Ring the alarm, Leo. Do I need to get your attention with this? True love is sitting at the core of your reading. For some of you, you need the reconciliation because that person is actually the love of your life. You'll have a lot of passion there. But be careful. You need to be very cautious. Trust your gut. If something feels off, then that message is not for you, okay? That person who was a disaster to date, that's not what it is. This will apply more to those of you where maybe you broke up because someone lived too far away. So it's not that they were disloyal to you. They just, it's more of a superficial reason. Some of you are going to reconnect, and it's going to be the love of your life. What I'm also seeing, what comes after true love, is new love. For some of you, it'll be a new beginning with this person who comes back because they are your true love, and it's going to hit you like brand new love. It'll be a brand new chapter for you guys. Yeah, you guys are calling in some legitimate partners. You're very attractive, Leo. Of course, you're really attractive, Leo. But I want to pull some clarifiers here. Ooh, okay. For those of you who had the breakup was superficial, and it was more of a logical decision. Well, we live in 2 different countries, or we live across the country, and this just doesn't make sense. Those of you should probably give that another shot, okay? But you know at your gut. Now I'm going to come back to this other message. Because for some of you, there's just a bad relationship you just need to not entertain. Reconciliation is being clarified by release your ex. So for some of you, the main Venus retrograde message does still apply, Leo. So that's why I'm asking you to exercise some caution here. Don't just hear the message that you want to hear and run with it. Because for some of you, if you get back with the ex who isn't healthy, who is toxic, it's going to hurt you. And it's going to prevent you from being able to move forward in your career with these new endeavors that now you're so passionate about, okay? So for some of you, this still applies, but for those of you Yeah, I just keep getting like long distance. Some of you like broke up because you don't live near each other. And it just didn't seem possible. And you don't want to be in a long distance relationship. Well, you'll make it work. If it's of the highest good for you to be together, that distance won't stop you. You will either move to them or they will move to you. Sorry, Leo, this cut out for a second. I was saying, long distance relationships, don't let that be the reason you don't give this another shot, okay? If that's all that it was, if it was just strictly superficial, it was strictly like a logical decision, or it's a little difficult. Well, you have children and I don't know if I want to date somebody with children. You might be missing out on the love of your life. I know that that's not quite as superficial as like this distance between two partners, but you know what I mean? Don't have an idea of what love needs to look like in the sense that you try to control it, because yeah, for some of you, you could really miss a great opportunity. Okay? Exercise caution though, I can't stress that enough. And here's why. For those of you who need to not go back to the ex and you know who you are, even if that's not what you want to hear, you know who you are. New love. And you are attracting a lot of it. You're beautiful. People see that you're beautiful. They're very interested in you. And it's beyond just physical beauty. People are, they're motivated by you, Leo. They're interested in your intellect. Like, people are attracted to you for the right reasons right now. And for some of you, this new love coming in, if you can release the ex. Sorry, this light's being a little crazy. Will be your true love too, okay? So trust your gut on this one. You know where you lie. But keep in mind that for a lot of people, because this is Venus retrograde, a lot of exes do come back. They call. You might be the ex calling. It's not of the highest good. If something was supposed to end, let your past go. But for more than a few of you, it's a big enough message. It's a big enough percentage that it will come up in this general reading. You might actually, that person you already let go of is the true love. You need to give that another shot. But don't rush into it, especially if you're on the cusp. You're like, well, I don't know. I think if you're on the cusp and you're not sure, then it's probably that message is not for you. But I'm not going to beat that message to death. But I do just want to clarify because Venus retrograde. But for those of you who I'm saying should give the relationship that second chance, true love is being clarified by. Give your relationship a chance. So this is definitely coming through for some of you, Leo. I have not gotten this message for any other sign at this time. This is definitely big for you guys. And I bet this applies to more than a handful of you. Okay? But it's that superficial stuff. Don't let something superficial. Relationships are difficult. Maybe the universe is just testing you. Maybe that distance between you guys and then the breakup has showed you how much you guys actually do care about each other. It'll get you past the place of not wanting to be vulnerable with somebody. And because you've already lost them and you don't like how that's felt, there's been grief in that and you didn't expect to grieve it maybe. You know that there's something more there, okay? For those of you who are not going back to the bad ex, new love is being clarified by wedding. For those of you who let go of the negative relationships at this time, who really let go of the ex, who really let the past go, you're meeting somebody who will be around for a long time, who's of the highest good to be, who will love you the right way. You may wind up in a legitimate long-term marriage with them. This may be the love of your life. You're getting true love, and following that is new love. Do you get that? So hold on to nothing that is toxic, including the business, because it will prevent the stuff from coming in, okay? Same in reverse. If you hold on to the toxic relationships, then it will prevent the good business opportunities and career opportunities and ideas to flow. But for some of you, and I think a lot of you, if you're single at this time, you're beginning to really manifest and call in legitimate partners, especially for those of you who have been closed off for a long time. You're going to meet somebody who's going to open you back up again. be open to that. But don't get hung up on the exes. If anything feels the same, if you feel like you're just repeating the same story with a different person, that person's got to go. That's just karmic. That's not, learn your lesson. That's why it showed up again. But that's not the person you should be in, you know, a long-term relationship or marriage with. But that person who shows up and is different, who brings you stability in a way you've never felt before. That's a good indicator. And like I said before, this relationship is showing up in a way that isn't necessarily in alignment with your vision of what true love would look like for you. Let go of the control issues. Stop trying to be too logical about this. Don't try to control anything, Leo. Get past the ego. Don't be too hard-headed. Because the universe is trying to send you really big love. Now, for those of you already in committed relationships, it looks like you may have some family issues going on. And this makes sense. It is Venus retrograde. So even if you're in a healthy, committed relationship, you have no intention of breaking up, you know you're in it for the long run, there's just some karmic stuff going on right now. Don't get too caught up in what it's going to mean for the long term. Spirit is just saying right now is the ample time to deal with it. There's some karmic stuff, work on it. Energy work, therapy, creatively, however you want to do it. Just deep conversations, honestly, for a lot of you will clear up any hurdles or disconnect. Give your relationship a chance is the most powerful message coming through this. Give your relationship a chance. Don't try to control things. Be more in the flow. Be more open-minded about how this can work out. Be a little more flexible. If you're the one in the relationship saying, I won't be with you unless you move to my city, what if this is the love of your life? What if you have to let go of the city? What if there's some karmic lesson in leaving that place? But the end result is the love you've always dreamed of, right? Or it might just be entertaining it. Maybe it's not about, oh, you have to move. Maybe that person, maybe it is easier for them to move to you because maybe their career isn't so grounded in one city. Maybe yours is. But can you at least entertain that in reverse so this person feels like you're meeting them halfway? So powerful for you guys right now. This is going to mean different things for different people, whether you're coupled or you're single. But regardless of where you're at in terms of relationship status, true love is really there for you, Leo. This is such great energy. Work on relationships that are meaningful. Also work on yourself, your relationship with yourself. Let self-love be at the core of all of this. But they're in the first spread and in this spread. The first cards coming out have to do with letting go. Make sure you let go of what doesn't serve you, so what does serve you has space to come in, okay? I want to see if there's any crowning cards here for you guys. Romantic feelings. Some of you just need to relight the romance. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Can you just go have like some really like great weekend away somewhere? It doesn't have to be expensive. Go get an Airbnb or something. It can be in your city. Make it really sexy, really fun. Do your dinners, do your candlelight. Like dress up and just look so good for each other, for yourself. You just need to re-spark something here, Leo. Some of you, there isn't a breakup happening. You've been with this person for a long time. You could potentially already be married to this person. They're good for you. But there's been some sort of disconnect in terms of romance and attraction. So, but it's not lost. You know what I'm saying? It's minimal. This is easily fixable. You just have to put the time in. So like, do your weekend away. Make sure you spend time every week, every month, however that should look like for you. You'll know that you have these date nights. Okay, Leo? Make sure you do that for this person that you love. They want this with you. They're not over you. They're still very attracted to you. Okay? They are seriously attracted to you, even if you've been married for a long time. They love you. They want to have more of an intimate connection again with you because this person's your true love. Okay? And romantic feelings for those of you that are single, This great new love that's coming in. Oh, this is a beautiful card. This great new love that is coming in, you'll actually feel something for them. Especially if you've been closed off and you're just not trying to manifest. I think it's going to show up for you anyway. And here's your main message. It is safe for you to love. Singles, it is safe for you to love. You guys are good. This is a beautiful reading. Bottom of the deck, keep an open mind. Same message as this. Let go of control issues. Keep an open mind, okay? If you want success in your relationships, it can't just be what you want, Leo. Please hear that message. Take into account what your partner wants and needs, even if you have to make some sacrifices to make that happen, okay? But you guys have a lot of love coming in, a lot of success coming in. You do have to clear some things. But you are steadily progressing to a better stage in your life. Please have faith in that. Great love is here for you. Please, look at this. Look at this. These are beautiful cards, okay? New love, true love, attraction, wedding, romantic feelings, and the best one yet, it is safe for you to love and to trust in this. Leo, stay open, okay? Be loved because you deserve it. And good luck with your businesses or whatever this new transition is for you. You may actually have to let go of the business and that city to move to be with this new love or this true love eventually, okay? And you shouldn't be making all of the sacrifices. Make sure they're meeting you halfway, okay? These readings go both ways. So if you find like you're doing all the work and they're being really stubborn, well then maybe you need to communicate with them that they have to be more flexible too, and to at least entertain other options. Entertain them. Doesn't mean you have to commit to anything yet, okay? You guys are great. I'm happy for you. And please use your gut with the message of the reconciliation. That does not apply to all of you, okay? So if you take that because you want to hear that and you get back into the bad relationship, then you weren't listening. But I'm sending you so much love, and you guys are so intelligent. I mean, I've never met a Leo that just like wasn't on point with everything, you know? So I trust that you'll make the best decisions for yourself. But if you choose to let the ex go to voicemail, if it's just not worth opening the doors, you've got this great new love, okay? And for my couples, you have incredible energy. Just relight that spark a little bit. It will do wonders for your relationship, okay? Okay, guys, I'm sending you so much light, so much love. Please subscribe below. I will have my email below so you know how to contact me for individual readings and for individual healing sessions. I will have my website up and ready to go pretty soon too, okay? So eventually all of this information will either be up on the channel in the About section or below the videos, but I will make sure you guys know where to come in for the love, where to come in for the general readings too. All right, guys, well, I am excited to see you next month. I'll be back November 1st. From here on out, I'll probably be doing full month readings instead of, you know, midway, but I just wanted to get this off the ground. Thank you so much for connecting. I will see you soon. Ciao.